segment talking to Harut Sassounian. Harut, welcome.
Thank you. Well, I want to mention three things from Pashinyan's last Monday's press conference. Number one, for 4.5 hours he spoke, and most of the conversation was about Artsakh. Dozens of times that issue was raised by various journalists. Not once in 4.5 hours he used the word Artsakh to talk about Artsakh.
No, he never.
He always said in Armenian, Lernayin Qarabağ, mountainous Qarabağ. That's number one, which also is an indication of his frame of mind. Number two, somebody asked him, journalist asked him, he said, you haven't visited the Artsakh since the 2020 war. Don't you miss Artsakh? He refused to answer that question. Obviously, he's not going to Artsakh intentionally. It's not that by mistake. Third, a journalist asked him the recognition of Artsakh being part of Azerbaijan. He said, are you going to put that to a vote in a referendum? Like the Armenian people will vote whether they agree with that or not. And he gave a very strange answer. He said, no, I'm not going to put a referendum because I want to assume political responsibility for the decision. So in other words, he himself is putting in the place of the entire Armenian population. One man is going to make a decision for the nation. 3 million Armenia, 7 million diaspora. One man. No questions asked, no legalities, no parliament, no constitutional court. He just decided he's going to sign it, and that's it. And he keeps saying, I'm going to assume responsibility. Well, we have a government. We don't have a king or an emperor. A government is a collective of people in various positions. There's a foreign minister, there's a military, there's interior minister, there's chief of staff, there's deputy prime ministers. One of them should talk, but even if they talk, he doesn't listen to them.
He's so scared of them. They're afraid to talk. They cannot. He went in his party, whatever. He told them. He says, "I want all of you to line up."
And they do. Last few days, so far, I paid attention. Alan Simonian, the Speaker of the Parliament, who is very close to Pashinyan personally and politically from his party, he said he fully agrees with Pashinyan's announcement.
Yeah.
Then yesterday, the President Khachaturian and Pashinyan met, and Khachaturian, in his remarks, which was publicized, he said, I fully support your position on Artsakh. So all these people, they know that if they disagree with him, if they have a position, appointed position, they're going to lose their appointed position. If their employees get a salary, they'll be fired. So nobody disagrees with him. That's under him.
That's what dictatorship is. I mean, what is Armenian don't understand? This is a dictatorship. And he said, even during the campaign, he says, I'm going to run like dictator. And he's doing the same thing.
But he came 5 years ago to power as a Democrat.
Yeah.
And constantly the West praises him that he's a great Democrat.
Yeah.
Armenia is the farthest thing from democracy. It's a one-man rule. One man decides everything. And how is it different from the formers? They were also the president decide everything, and now we have Pashinyan decide everything. There's no difference. It's and people say, oh yeah, he was democratically elected. I also explained to them, he was not elected once. The people, the voters in Armenia don't vote for prime minister. Prime minister is not an elective office. He was not elected by the people. He was chosen by the parliament the majority of which, overwhelming majority, is his political party. So his party has chosen him, not the people. So they have to stop saying he was democratically elected. He was not.
So what would happen if me and you we go to Armenia? Will we end up in jail?
Well, probably not, but probably they will not. They will turn us back from the airport.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's a good point you're raising, because one of the first principles of democracy, the most basic principle, is freedom of expression, freedom of speech. So if you criticize Pashinyan, then rather than thinking, well, people are free to have an opinion and free to criticize me, but he takes that as that you're his enemy.
Yeah.
That you should be kicked out of Armenia. I mean, he's treating Armenia like his own house.
I think
You know,
I think
you
we are
won't-
much safer to go to Turkey than to go to Armenia. I believe.
Well, I don't know because the blacklist that they have is secret.
Yeah.
We don't know who's on the blacklist. But one thing I know for sure, because it's on the internet, the Azerbaijan has a blacklist of people, Armenians and non-Armenians, who've gone to Artsakh since the 90s.
Yeah.
And I've been to Artsakh, and they have a website on there. It's all the names of people who are forbidden to enter Azerbaijan. Not that I'm dying to go to Azerbaijan,
Yeah.
but mine is on that list, on the blacklist.
Yeah.
So I know I'm on the blacklist of Azerbaijan. I'm probably not too welcome in Turkey either, but it will be very tragic if I'm on a blacklist in Armenia. That would really break my heart.
Oh, you have to expect everything from this guy. There is nothing not possible because it was technique he used. He scaremonger of Armenian in diaspora and in Armenia. Throw some Armenian generals and all that in jail and ban some Armenian going to Armenia. And so now in fact, somebody even told me this, a diaspora. He said, well, I'd like to go Armenia, but I don't want to get into trouble. Like people are afraid. This is what it comes to it.
Anyway, finally, I want to say that this Thursday evening, I think it's 7 p.m., there's a protest in front of the Armenian consulate in Glendale to protest against Pashinyan's announcement that he recognized Artsakh as part of Azerbaijan. So all those who are unhappy with that decision, they should come and join the protest.
When is it? Thursday, 7?
Thursday, 7 p.m.
Oh, okay. Are you going to be there?
Glendale. I'll probably be there also.
Well, maybe we could use your cell phone and we could broadcast live.
Yeah, well, I don't know how to do that, but
There's nothing in it. Just like now, how you're doing, you could do that.
through Zoom.
Zoom, yeah. You could just Zoom and
Okay. Yeah, we could do that.
we'll try it.
Okay.
At least your daughter maybe could come and help you. But yeah, we could do that. So,
No, I know how to use the cell phone. Yeah. Okay.
yeah. Yeah, I
Okay.
know. Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, and I wish you all the best. Maybe we'll see you sometime next week. Maybe because right now we don't know. Every day some new development, and we don't know what's going to happen to poor Artsakh. I feel sorry for them, but there's nothing we could do besides talking.
Well, they've been blockaded for almost 6 months now,
Yeah.
deprived of food and medicine. I've sent millions of dollars of medicine to Artsakh through my charity, Armenia Artsakh Fund. So they have at least some medicine. But it also shows you, Aliyev keeps saying, though Armenians in Artsakh should live under Azerbaijan rule, and he's showing what it means to live under Azerbaijan rule. Right now, Azerbaijan is not even occupying Artsakh. These people are living a miserable life, deprived of food and medicine. So Aliyev is demonstrating that if Armenians stay in Artsakh under Azerbaijan rule, what kind of a miserable life they're going to have. And no Artsakhi is going to do that,
Yeah.
because they know better than any other Armenian anywhere else what it means to be under the rule of Azerbaijan. So the day comes when Artsakh is turned over to Azerbaijan, they will all leave, because anybody who stays, they won't last 24 hours.
Yeah. Oh well.
Okay.
Thank you very much, and you have a
Okay.
good night, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hello, welcome to